The labor movement is in a really good place today, and I think you're starting to see the movement really engulf a lot of hearts and minds. And I think all workers that come into the workplace that join the union will have a voice. That's one thing that people need to remember. Their opinions are valued. We want to have a seat at the table, and the young folks are about expressing new ideas. They're about change, they're about innovation. They need to understand that their opinion is valued. They shouldn't be afraid to make mistakes. They should just get involved. That way they have that seat at the table, they'll have that voice. And that's what the union has given to me. And so I'm very proud to be here. And I think any Asian American Pacific Islander that comes into this union or into the workplace or into any union needs to get involved and make sure their voice is heard.
I'd like to see younger females be more involved, have a voice, because our voices do matter, even if culturally that was frowned upon. But our voice does matter and will be heard here.
As an islander, it's really important, pertinent that when talking about union shop, it's good to know the cultural background. So, for example, coming from Hawaii and representing a lot of the Hawaiians, Kamehameha Day is big, and so most Hawaiians, that's one of the holidays we celebrate, and I think we try real hard to make sure that and Hawaii being a state that unions are very popular, I think we're very fortunate that our people are very receptive to the concept of unionization.
When I got hired into the industry 22 years ago, I was probably what felt like the only person of Polynesian descent walking into my office. So you feel alone. We come from a very tight-knit village community type of atmosphere where you know your family, you know the people you work with, we call them aunts and uncles. And coming into what was the States for me, it was a first trip to the States and first job. Walking into a back room and you don't know anybody, you feel alone, feel separated, isolated really. But eventually getting to finally find those other islanders or Pacific Asian Americans that are within the group, and you recreate that village bond. Your co-workers become your new family. And same as the IAM. Once you get into the IAM, you're again one of the only Polynesians that are Asian Americans that I didn't want to walk into the room or a meeting room, but eventually I find colleagues that share the same background, we understand each other. One of the big people that kept me going was Dan Suafo, who recently passed away. And if it wasn't for him, I'm not sure if I would have stuck around. Some of the challenges that we faced, Pacific Islanders, Asian Americans, we tend to kind of have a stereotype of being laid back and almost aloof, just because we are laid back. We grew up with it, so try to be no stress atmosphere, but and also having a very high respect of authority. So we tend to be quieter and put ourselves in a corner and not say too much. If something is, if we feel slighted against or something's not right, we just keep our mouth shut and move to the corner and respect our authority figures. But at a certain point, you can only push so far. And we're also come from a cultural background that once upon a time we were warriors. So we're going to fight for what's right. And that's what got me involved with the union.
It is important because it creates a bond and sense of belonging to a community. Thank you.